Yeah, that's the way. That's the way. Now, I had the thought, how hard is it to switch between the screaming jets, the hard rock thing, then to the more laid back blues? How do you get around that switch of mindset?
Do you know what? It sounds harder on paper than it really is. I mean, the blues band that I talk about, I call it Jimi Hocking's Blues Machine. So I've done 3 electric albums as that band. And when we first started, I was trying to not sound like a rock guy gone into the blues scene. So I took a very contrary approach. I decided to align myself with the sounds of guys like T-Bone Walker. So I went from playing the solid body Les Pauls through a Marshall to getting a 175, a hollow body jazz guitar, and then I got a Yamaha AX 1500, and it's got the acoustic pickup in it as well. And I was using this clean, sort of jazzy sound in a 3-piece setting. We had a stand-up bass for a while. So I was wearing a suit, playing the semi guitar, and we did it like that for about 4, maybe 5 years. And then the blues scene kind of changed, and I mean, there's festivals, but you're always playing in pubs. And the pub audiences, a lot of them got it, but then they kind of lost the novelty factor of it. And I found myself splitting up the set now, where I do, a lot of them are long gigs, like they're like Sunday afternoon shows, for example. There might be 3 sets, and I'll do the first set with the more clean, sort of jazzier stuff. In the second set, I bust out the mandolin. I play a few songs on the mandolin, electric mandolin, and then I end up, for the last half of the gig, back on a Les Paul, or something like that. I use the SA 2200 as well. I actually use it in the first set sometimes these days, and I'll play like a kind of more of a Gary Moore version of the blues, which is kind of like got that more shred rock angle. So I'm blurring the lines by the end of the day, so I might be playing a lot of originals, but if I play, say, Boom Boom, I mean, I'm playing it on a solid body electric guitar, so I'm giving it that treatment. So, this is the long answer, I know, but basically when I take a band like the Screaming Jets, I've always said, if you can't play good blues, you can't play good rock. Because, that pentatonic approach to playing rock is comes from that blues idea. Like many rock players, their favourite guitar players are those old blues guys, Albert King, Jimi Hendrix, all those guys. The lineage goes back to playing blues. So actually, it's dead easy. Maybe the Screaming Jets is louder. Maybe I have a bit more overdrive. Maybe not. But basically, I'm fundamentally still playing the way I play, but in a different context, and that gives it like more of a rock sound. The context itself makes it appear to be different, but in actual fact, I'm pretty much playing the same way.
Brilliant.
Was that like the longest answer you ever had?
It's that simple, isn't it? Really? It's a long way around, but it's that simple. That's just fantastic.